You know, it just occurred to me, I only know you as Stan Lee.
That's true. Yeah.
Would you like to
really
introduce
unfortunate
yourself?
circumstances? JB. I go by JB.
And you're here this year. You're at the Nerd City booth.
Yes.
How did you get roped in with that mistake?
It was total chance, honestly. Ben messaged me on one of the forums that I sometimes go to. I think it was October Toys.
Okay.
Because I was kind of interested in making my own toys, and he messaged me, saw my link to my website, saw my artwork. He was really impressed. He sent me a message inviting me, and a month later, he invites me officially, and I'm on board.
All right. So have you been jumped in yet? Are you part of the gang?
I think I'm there. I think last night pretty much said
yeah, last night was actually pretty good.
Last night was he's one of us, unfortunately.
And you didn't get arrested.
I didn't,
which was
is
amazing.
Really great. I'm so happy that I'm not in jail right now.
Well, being arrested is part of the initiation? Oh, well, then we have to try again.
Oh, then I'm not full-fledged
Yeah,
yet?
we got to try again tonight.
Damn it.
So.
All right.
So how did you get started with doing your own stuff? And all
well, I went to school for art, and
where at?
USF in Tampa.
Okay.
I always had an interest, actually comics is what got me into art in the first place. So after years and years and years of making art, I finally decided to make comics.
Wait, why do you put art in quotes?
Well, it's really hard to make art nowadays. I don't want to go into a discussion about contemporary art. That's going to be really boring. Everybody's going to turn this off and boom, you guys are going to lose hits real fast. So I'm not going to get into that. But no, I mean I've always done some illustration on the side, freelancing work. So it only made sense to finally really get down to doing a comic, and I have Ben to thank for that, because he's the one that put the fire under my ass, so to speak. And
when you have the opportunity to show it, then
yeah, well, I had nothing to show. When he invited me, it's oh, that's really great. I'm going to be at this major comic convention. It's my first convention ever. It's going to be insane. And then I paused, and I was like, oh wait, that's right. I have nothing at all. So. Because all my stuff was, at that point, freelance work, and a few illustrations I did on the side just for fun. So I decided, well, I have a month. I have a month to put together as much as I can.
Something.
So I put together 3 little small published zines.
So how does it feel to finally get something in your hands?
Oh, it's really gratifying. It's really gratifying. Especially the wrestling illustration zine I did called Suplex Superstars Volume 1, which was a collaborative project between me and 5 other good friends of mine who are also artists. And I just wanted to make a really sweet illustration zine collecting, images drawn by artists and of pro wrestlers from the late 80s and early 90s. Because that's my time when I got into wrestling,
right.
When I was a kid. So seeing it together, because I had it in my head, a very clear image of how I wanted the final product to look. And you held it,
Yeah, oh, I've got it.
Yeah,
we'll throw pictures up.
Okay, cool. And so, that was what I had in my head. I was like, I know exactly how I want this to look. So from the very early stages of I want to do this, this, and this, and then finally having everything folded, cut, printed, done, it's really satisfying. I don't even care if I don't sell it. The fact that I have it in my hands. Me and Brendan from Manor Monster Studios, we were talking about, there's something really gratifying in the reason why you do this in any whatever creative endeavor. It's to have that final thing in your hand or something tangible that
you created.
Right. That is, yeah. Right. Something you created, you put time and effort and thought into it, and it's come to fruition finally, and it's really satisfying.
So is this your first convention?
Tabling, yes. This is the first one I've ever tabled at. This is not my first convention I've ever gone to, but this is the first time I've been to C2E2.
But this is the first time you've been in front of people.
Yeah, this is the
as
first
opposed
time
to being
I've
a
done
spectator.
That. Right, definitely the first time for that.
So how does it feel?
It's weird. I also feel kind of shitty about myself.
Why is it?
No, because
you're getting drunk at the booth all day?
I'm getting
I thought the alcohol was supposed to build the self-esteem
in front of these poor kids. No, most of it was, I'm nobody. So people just walk by.
Right.
you know, and maybe they'll give me a glance at the stuff and then they'll keep walking or whatever, which is fine, I get that. So it's part of the being in the trenches, so to speak, of like, you're working your way up to that point where people will come up to you and like, hey, you're so-and-so, I remember you from this, or this. You know, you'll get to that point, I know that, but right now it's like,
You gotta break the seal.
right, exactly. You gotta, there's some time that has to pass so that people start giving a shit about you and what you do, which, you know.
And I guess it helps being with a group like Nerd City because
Yeah.
you've got multiple people, so people are coming in and out to talk to different guys, so then they introduce.
Yes.
Like, well, that's one of the things about Nerd City that always impressed me, is every time we come up and talk to them, they always want to introduce us to other people. Because a lot of times you go and everybody wants to be closed off. Like, this is me, this is my stuff, come over here, don't pay attention to them.
Right,
And
whereas
they're
Nerd
completely
City's the
different.
opposite.
They're like, oh, check out this guy, go buy something from that guy.
Yeah, Ben and Max, and you know, basically everybody in Nerd City that works there, they do a bang up job. I've already told Ben 1,000 times how thankful I am to be here and to have that opportunity. And you know, it'd be one thing to have a table and be invited to guest, you know, be a guest artist, but it's another thing entirely when it's like it's such a group of like talented, funny, just fun, decent people.
Right.
Who want to drink at 1 in the afternoon at a comic convention.
So what are your plans going forward?
Well, I got another comic that I'm working on, and it's about reptilians.
Okay.
You know,
The ones invading Earth?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm going to start working on volume 2 of Suplex Superstars, which will carry on from the first one.
Which will be endorsed by Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
Which will be endorsed by Hacksaw Jim Duggan, yeah.
Do you get a quote from him that you can put on the next one?
I think so.
Okay.
I might have been drunk when I talked to him. I actually was this close, I had to stop myself. I invited him to the table, like, hey, have a drink. Wait a minute, should I? I don't remember if you like had a problem drinking. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's gonna carry on with late 80s, early 90s. Volume 3 will be like Attitude Era stuff, which I'm really excited about because that's when, you know, growing up, that's what I was all about. So, and then I'm doing a couple freelance gigs.
Anything on the toy front?
Unfortunately, not right at this moment. I need to find a sculptor who will gel with me really well, who gets what I want to do and just wants to just make something happen. Like that's what I need. But right, because I'm not a sculptor, and I don't have the tools or the time to invest in that right now. Like it's not really within my means, unfortunately.
You could learn.
I could learn, but then that's time.
Well, it's true.
And then you need tools to make that, which is money. It's all money. It's all money. But, you know, I've been talking to people, so there might be a collaboration at one point or the other. I would really like somebody like Brendan, who's been doing this for a while and makes, you know, really solid figures, toys. Having him do a bootleg version of one of my comic characters or something like that, you know, like that would be cool.
So you have a Tumblr or?
Yeah, I have a website. It's jbroe, jbroe.tumblr.com. And yeah.
Anything else you need to plug while we're here?
I'm a sole survivor. I did it on my own. I'm a winner.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.